Should I put this back on my new rag or my trusty hat? Let's just see. The new rag is free. Appreciate it. You're live already on here, but I'm linking your wireless to here so that I can give you a lapel.
Okay. You just have the jump or what do you have?
Right now it's just what's the screen right there.
So now play the video here. That video is on here, so play it here.
I love it.
Yeah, so it's the first video.
Okay, I got you.
Hey, entrepreneurs and business owners, Andrew Frazier, and I'm very excited to invite you to the very first Masterpreneur Breakfast in its new careers. If you love the power breakfast, this is the operating room. Sharper insights, high-level discussions, a room full of owners serious about speaking. For more than 10 years, our events have directly generated tens of millions of dollars in revenue and financing for attendees.
This event was a wow. Every panel, every speaker has had so much amazing content and good information to share. This is a good day to put aside to come out and do some learning, but also make some great connections. The ones that I made were impactful.
On Friday, November 21st, I'll be the featured guest speaker, sharing a powerful framework that I rarely teach publicly. The 10 strategic levers that scale your business. If you're ready to break through your next revenue ceiling and position your business to grow without burning yourself out, these levers are the key. You'll meet serious entrepreneurs, learn proven best practices, and walk away with your next strategic move, the kind you can implement immediately. Seats are filling up fast, so visit www.sbpro.com/masterpreneur-breakfast and secure your spot today. Join me for a focused, energized morning so you'll be ready to scale smarter and grow stronger.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am very excited to welcome you to the Small Business Pro University Power Breakfast. I asked Andrew for a script and he didn't have one, so this is me winging it. I said, Andrew, what number breakfast is this? And he said, I don't know, 36, 38. So it's a pleasure to be standing here and know that he has done this at least 36 times. That's pretty impressive, and it's an honor to just be in a room full of entrepreneurs and leaders who are committed to building successful businesses. My name is Nikisha Wilson. I'm the co-founder of Alexander Sky Group, a business consulting firm that helps with operations, resources, and just helping businesses streamline. This morning, it's really about connection and staying connected. And I'm going to use a quick personal story. I've known Andrew since 2019 when we were working on a project. And he gave me his book, Small Business, Running a Small Business Like a Pro. And he signed it and had a really nice message in that book. And I was busy. I was running a business. I didn't have time to read, so I kind of just threw it aside. And in 2023, when I read the book, I reconnected with Andrew, and I'm very grateful because a lot of the information I needed was in that book. So I say that to say, hopefully this morning you don't do like me, right? You connect with the people in the room, you look at the resources, and you leverage what he is creating to help build a strong and successful community around business owners and leaders. Hold on, let me see what else I have on my notes. That's it. This is possible because of the leadership of Andrew. He has dedicated himself to empowering entrepreneurs with education resources and leveraging his network. And with that, please welcome the founder of Small Business Pro University, a champion for small business owners, Mr. Andrew Frazier. Jack of all trades, Mr. Andrew Frazier. We're gonna have him take his tech hat off, and
I'm Andrew Frazier, Masterpreneur and founder of Small Business Pro University. As you may know, my passion is to help small business owners to experience growth faster and easier. I've developed a proven proprietary method to accomplish this. Here's a little bit about me and what I do. My entrepreneurial journey started in 4th grade with a paper route that my brother and I managed 7 days a week for 5 years in Pittsburgh, PA. Since we knew everyone, we also started a snow shoveling business and hired our friends. You could say entrepreneurship is in my blood, since my grandfather started a dry cleaning business that's in its 3rd generation after more than 90 years. My parents were both teachers, so I had to do well in school, which provided me an opportunity to attend the Massachusetts Institute of Technology on a Navy ROTC scholarship. During college, my brother and I had a creative media business selling custom and pre-designed apparel. After graduating from MIT with a degree in mechanical engineering, I served as a Navy Supply Corps officer on board the USS Clark, FFG-11. I ran business functions for the ship, which included dispersing, retail, and food service. And I was awarded the Navy Achievement Medal for outstanding leadership. Following my naval service, I worked as an operations manager for a private company, and then went on to earn an MBA in finance from NYU. After B school, I worked in financial management investments for the New York Life Insurance Company, earned a CFA designation during that time, and also started several real estate businesses. I left to become the Chief Operating Officer of the Executive Leadership Council. From there, I went back to my entrepreneurial roots to have an opportunity to make a greater impact in the community. Over the past 15 years, I've coached, consulted, and trained entrepreneurs and small business owners, helping them to grow revenue, maximize profit, and finance growth faster and easier. Having worked one-on-one with over 1,000 business owners and teaching tens of thousands of people about business, I have noticed a series of common challenges that they face, which drove me to create resources for helping to address their needs. It began with a series of live events, published articles, and books. From there, I started a podcast and a live stream and hosted online webinars. It culminated in establishing the Small Business Pro University. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn to learn more and let me know how I can help you.
Andrew, we see that like Flex, MIT, NYU, flexing on thousands of businesses served. We see the light Flex.
Thank you. So first I want to say welcome to everyone. This is we've been doing this for 13 years now. And we've had some great success, a lot of great people in the room, just like we do today. We've had people who have been coming for 10 years. And we always have new people as well at each event. So thank you for coming. Today we're just going to have a little bit of a different format. We're going to do the welcome in the program for now, but we want to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. So we're going to take a little bit of time for that, and instead of doing a panel, we're just going to keep networking open from 10 to 11, because that's really how things get done. That's how relationships get built. Through these events, we've helped people get tens of millions of dollars in financing, as well as business opportunities. So you got the right people in the room, and definitely take advantage of it while you're here today. Let's see. So the premise of these events, and when we started, there's really 3 things we focus on doing: helping business owners learn best practices. It's important not to just have a business, but know how to run your business. So each time we have different speakers who have expertise in different areas sharing that. We also want you to enjoy great networking. We'll always have tremendous people in the room, and it's important to get a chance to meet everyone. And finally, gaining useful knowledge. There's so much to learn as an entrepreneur or business owner that it's impossible to know it all, but you got to continue to learn and develop. So, we create opportunities for that here as well. So, welcome. And this couldn't be done without partners. We have a lot of organizations and people that we partner with that support us. Some of them in the room, Jason Martin, he's always here, always available, doing a great job for us. Yes. We've got Empower the Village, we've got IO as well. We have some amazing programs for entrepreneurs and business owners. We've got Perfect Pitch Group, and we've got Alexander Sky right here. And the rest of them weren't able to be what? Women's Center. Who's from the Women's Center? I thought someone was from the Women's Entrepreneurship Center. Okay. But even though they're not here, they provide valuable resources for entrepreneurs and business owners and are supportive of what we do, and we support them in what they do. So definitely some great organizations. Also, we have some sponsors that have supported the organization, and it's great to have the support of the sponsors. So let me start. So our three sponsors today: New York Life. So we got Mark Lewis here from New York Life. New York Life Solutions. We've got Tab and Archers. Those are the companies run by Gene Mansky. And we've got TD Bank. So we've got two representatives from TD Bank. So definitely appreciate that. Mark, do you want to say a couple words? Sorry about put you on the spot, but definitely welcome to come up and say a few words. He's been supportive, and I've known Mark for 20 years. We work together at New York Life.
Good morning, folks. So yes, I've been graced with Andrew's presence over a number of years, a number of these events. But more importantly, I bring to you New York Life. And many of you have heard of New York Life. Many of you do not know that New York Life participates in the Fortune 500 market. They have the largest number of Fortune 500 companies that deliver group, short-term and long-term disability. Now, you may think that's not a big deal. However, they're now taking that mission and implementing it in the small and medium-sized marketplace for business owners. Now, any business owner here, I know a lot of you are here as business owners, are probably wearing multiple hats. And if you got a staff of 10 people and one person goes out, you're now wearing 14 hats. Mm-hmm. What this plan can enable you to do is to be able to replace that missing person out of your workforce without throwing them to the curb. That means that if you've got a small organization, and one person fails to be able to come into work, you have a mechanism that allows you to continue to pay that person while still bringing in someone temporarily. So understand what this plan does. Most large Fortune 500 companies have this in place. You, the small business owner, can do it too. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Definitely very important benefits and keeping your employees protected, and yourself as a business owner. So, New York Life. We've also got TD Bank, and we're going to show a short video on TD Bank.
own schedule. So at TD, we run on yours. Because sometimes going for a walk just can't wait. And your morning meeting runs over because, well, look at that face. At TD, we know life's most important appointments come first. So if you're there, we're there too. That's how we're making banking unexpectedly human.
And then we've got Gene Bohinski. He runs the TAB Alternative Board, but he also runs Archer's Contact Solutions, which is an amazing company that has helped myself and many people in this room be more successful, be able to grow, and to really look and feel super professional and up to quality of major corporations in everything we do on social media, video, and everything. So come on up.
Thanks, Andrew. I've been working with Andrew for a long time. We kind of help each other on our journey. And I'm kind of on his Masterpreneur journey, going through his stages. One of the things that I discovered about 9 years ago when I hired my first caller from the Philippines, we got along so well, we started placing people with my coaching clients. And over time, we reached about 13 people, kind of informally. About 3 years ago, I visited them for the first time in the Philippines. I fell in love with the people and the place. And we decided really to fix some of the problems that we had, that we needed to open an office. So that's where things really turned around. Without an office, you can't really manage your employees or manage the virtual assistants or train them or help them or coach them. And so what we learned in these last years is that establishing processes around that and good expectations for the virtual assistants, you can really develop people, right? You can develop them into first-class virtual assistants and executive assistants. And now 3 years later, we're up to about 115 people already. It's really taking off. It's really resonating with our clients. We have a high client retention and also a high retention of the assistants themselves who love working with us. And I've gotten a lot of help and support from Andrew because a secret is he was one of the people who told me I needed to do this and focus on executive assistants. So I attribute that to him. And also some of the help and ideas that he had laid out in this Masterpreneur program. Like, this is really something I think is unique. And I've told him this many times. It really gives you a framework to grow and scale your business through the steps you need to go through. Not just personally as a business owner, but what your organization needs to go through. And for that, I think it's really an important process and, an important methodology that people need to adapt. So thanks, Andrew, and I'm proud to be a sponsor of your events.
Thank you. Definitely partnering with Gene over the years has been tremendous for both of us and many people in the room. So today, what I'm going to be talking about is 10 strategic levers that scale your business. 1 second here. All right. So let's take a look. So there's 3 questions that we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about, number 1, do you know the critical path for scaling your business? Many times people are in business, but you have to be forward-sighted and understand the path that you need to follow. And over the past 15 plus years working over 1,000 business owners, I've seen the path and I've worked with people to traverse the path. And what I did was turn it into the Masterpreneur Playbook, which you'll be seeing soon. The second question is, how do you go from one step to the other on the path? So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. How do you move forward? Because each step is different. And then finally, what are the levers for scheduling, for scaling your business? Moving through the path is part of it, but scaling, there's a lot of things that you have to put in place if you're gonna scale successfully. So that's what we're gonna talk about. Everybody good with that?
Yes.
All right. So what is the critical path for scaling your business? And what I call it is the Masterpreneur journey. There's 5 steps to go from startup to scaling a business. So we've got the Masterpreneur path. So that's the path you follow or your business follows. And we also have the Masterpreneur evolution. And the evolution is how you as a business owner need to evolve to be able to successfully lead your organization through each of the steps. So both it's about your organization, but it's about you, because your success and your business can only go as far as you're prepared to lead it. So understanding how those two fit together is what we're going to talk about. So now that we've talked, and actually let me just talk through the steps. So, the first step is working on the concept of your business. So initially you need to develop a plan and a strategy and figure out the right product and match it with the right target market. So, not everyone starts out with a plan, unfortunately, but that helps you be more successful. So in this phase, it's about, creating the concept for your business. No, sorry. The next stage is working in your business. And that's when, you're starting out. Sometimes people are working in their business the whole time. But if you want to move your business forward, you got to go to work on the business. And so on and so forth. So you got working on the business, working on the future of your business, and then finally scaling your business. So each of those steps, there's different things involved. So let's take a look. So now how do you go from one step to the next? And that's what I outlined in the Masterpreneur Playbook. It talks about each of these steps and how to go from one step to the next. So in each step, there's 2 things that you have to accomplish. First, there's going to be a challenge that you're going to face in each step. So you're going to have to figure out how to overcome the specific challenge of each step. And not only that, you have to have a certain goal to focus on and focus your team on, and be able to successfully achieve that goal if you're going to move to the next level for each of them. In addition, as a business owner, you've got to evolve. So as a leader, one, you have to build a structure beneath you so that you can move forward and grow. But second, your leadership. You've got to develop your leadership skills and capabilities, because each step, there's a specific leadership skill that you have to hone and demonstrate significantly to be able to move through that step successfully. And otherwise, you're going to get stuck at a step. So, that's the key thing. And what I'm going to do is, any questions on what we covered so far? That's sort of like the framework of what the Masterpreneur Playbook is all about. But what we've incorporated is there's 10 key levers for scaling your business. So in addition, you have to put certain things in place to be able to scale your business successfully. So what are these things? So these are what you can use to unlock the potential of your business. And what I call those is the Masterpreneur growth factors. And each of those 10 factors will help you to be able, or necessary, for you to move forward each step if you're going to grow your business and be successful. A lot of businesses are successful, and sometimes they become too successful and grow too fast and actually go out of business because they're not prepared for the growth. And what the growth factors are about is helping make sure that your business is prepared to grow across all the different factors that are necessary to grow successfully and sustainably. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What are the growth factors? How do they work? So the first one is your product life cycle. Where is your product along the life cycle? Is it under development? Is it being tested? Is it in the marketplace successful? Is it massively adopted? There's 5 different levels of where your products can be. And each level, you want to move your business, you want to move that forward. So it really describes where your products are and identifies where your product should be going next and how to get there. Second is the customer profile. Your profile factor talks about, who are your customers? Do you have the right customers for the stage of business that you're in? How are you connecting with and working with the customers? So really looking at the current customer base, looking at how it may need to evolve if you're going to grow and scale. Every business changes. Every year, every couple of years. I know my business changes and it's evolved over many years. Started out doing a lot of teaching, then started a lot of coaching, then consulting, training. It depends where your market is, and you have to go where your market is, but also where the growth opportunities are. So looking at the customer profile at different stages in your business, you should be focused on different types of customers based on how you want to grow. So that's what the customer profile is. Next is a marketing focus. Who should you focus on as far as marketing, and what types of things should you use to focus? Really, you're looking at, your strategy, your market strategic plan, and how to move forward with it. From there, we have the view from the top, and that's really about, your business structure. How is your business structure? Are you leading and managing your structure, your business the right way? Or are you building a structure around your business that you need to grow? And then talent management. As you grow, as you have employees, you have to lead them and have talent management in different sectors. And as you grow to different stages, there's things that you need to put in place. Just like Mark talked about benefits, at a certain stage, you need to put in benefits for the employees as part of the team. So managing your talent management is key. You've got operational tendency. A lot of businesses, when you start out, your business is a lot more informal. You don't have structured processes and procedures. But as you grow, as you evolve, those are things that you need to put in place. But you can't really put them in place until you've actually been in business for a little while. You've delivered the products and services, so you can figure out what your processes and procedures should be. So there's a journey along that path as well. And then one thing that a lot of businesses have challenges with, especially as you grow, is the capacity conundrum. What is that? Many times in the beginning, you have more capacity than you have demand. As you grow and you may have more demand than you have capacity. And it's a process where you're going from, having excess capacity to not having enough capacity. And planning and preparing for that is key, especially as you're scaling. You have to prepare for that well in advance of when it happens, because there's a lead time on many companies. And then we've got financial maturity. How mature is your financial management processes? Are you, implementing the tools and resources so you can do the analysis and understand how your business really works? You can't improve anything without numbers, because you need to be able to measure things, and many times that's the only facts that you have. So, going from facts is important. So eventually, as you grow and you scale, the key is that you're gonna need to run your business by the numbers. Your business is gonna grow, and it's eventually, Gene and I have talked about it, he's got over 150 employees. He doesn't know a lot of his employees' names, he doesn't know all of his customers, because, your organization grows, but you have to have processes to understand and know how your business is going, and the only way you can do that is by the numbers. So understanding that, the earlier the better, and at each stage, there's a certain level of financial maturity that you need to have and you need to develop. And then your owner work profile, a lot of times as a business owner, I'm guilty of this too. Sometimes you work all the time, but that's not, that shouldn't be your long-term goal. And you should be working towards creating a sustainable business that can run without you. Because, one, your business will be more successful. It can be saleable. Most businesses never sell. Jack's a business broker. Probably less than 5% of business actually sell. So what does that mean? Most of the other ones close down. So do you want to work on your business for 20, 30 years and not be able to sell it and just have to close it down? A lot of times you're trying to create a legacy, and you can't do that if you don't create a sustainable business that can run without you. And that's really what the scaling process is. And then the last one is organizational viability. How viable is your business? Is your business sustainable? Are you on track to be able to grow and succeed? As we know, more than half of all businesses fail within the first 5 years. And a lot of times because the organization is not viable. And, that may be from a revenue standpoint, they're not able to generate enough revenue. They don't find right market, product market fit, but, creating viability and sustainability is critical as you grow. So, each of those 10 categories, your goal is to move forward in each of them at a similar pace, so that you're not way ahead on any of them and behind on any, because what happens is, what you're great at, you move forward, but then what you aren't as far on and, haven't focused on is what can put you out of business. And many times as financial management, understanding your numbers, your taxes, your bookkeeping, because, as you grow, there's more scrutiny. As you grow, things get more complex. As you grow, there could be fraud and abuse that you can miss. But if you understand your numbers, then you'll see it. And not only that, you'll see things that are happening before they happen. And you can make decisions based on that, which will make you and your business a lot more successful. And, you won't be fighting fires because you already solved the fires before they even happen. So those are the key things. So one thing that we do is create an assessment that actually maps where your growth factors are on a scale of 1 to 10. So this is an example, and you can see this business is much further ahead in financial maturity, but in some of the other areas, they aren't nearly as far ahead. And the goal is to grow fairly evenly in each one. So what we recommend is, the most advanced ones, those are the things that got you to where you are. So you still want to focus on those. But the ones that are behind, those are areas for opportunity. And those are areas that you should look for help in. Because otherwise, if there weren't areas that you needed help, they'd be, much further ahead. So it identifies sort of where you are, what you need to do, and what you need to focus on. So that's really what the growth factors are about. That's what the mapping's about. And that's really what the Masterpreneur Playbook's all about. So this is just an overview. Any questions at this point? Yes, sir.
I don't have a question. I have a statement.
Okay.
Excellent. This is great. This is a great tool. From somebody who's been a bit entrepreneur all his life, I love this. I think this is amazing.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, okay. Anyone else? Okay. Yes.
Sure. Someone just coming out the gate, coming from, say, corporate environment into entrepreneurship, how do you demystify the maze of all of this? Because it could be overwhelming to that person just coming out. They're looking to just put their toe in the water, just get a feel, because they see on social media, oh, you can do this, you need to have this. So what would be the suggestion would be their first baby steps?
Okay, well, excellent question, because everybody's at a different stage. And this is more advanced. So this is more for when you've been in business and, then you've learned some things, so you can appreciate and understand that you need help. Many times coming out, you don't realize how much help you need. So, so definitely, but what we do have is, let's see, it's a couple slides in, but my first book, Running Your Small Business Like a Pro, that's really where people should start, because it outlines all the key things that business owners should know, but many times they don't. So we start out with, how did I get here? Because it's important to understand how you got where you are and where you're trying to go. The next chapter is, what's your most important job as a business owner? Anybody who hasn't worked with me know what that is?
Mhm.
So,
For me, just as you were talking through this, I remember the first time I sat in our first meeting and you were going over my numbers with me and how I wanted to cry and run and be like, what? You can make money and not know that you've overspent on so many things. You could be making money and totally be missing out on so many things. So being coached by you, being trained by you, and now you having this program really, really, really works. And when we do our introduction, I want to share something that was a blessing because it's something you said to me years ago. So to have worked with you before this was created, and now to see where you are right now, I'm hoping that everyone in this room realizes there's a gold mine in this room. There's a gold mine in this assessment. There's a gold mine to everyone in this room that you meet, and you have no idea where the road will take you, but it will bless you. And so I thank you, Andrew, for all that you've done for me and for everyone in this room. And I need to take the assessment again now.
Definitely. So, we talked about, if you start now, your most important job is sales and marketing. Most people don't realize that. And as a result, they don't focus on it. And that's the only thing that's going to allow you to be successful. Because if you don't sell anything, you don't have a business. And if you don't sell enough, you're not going to stay in business. So, developing your sales and marketing skills, developing your sales and marketing strategies and plans is a critical factor in being successful. So that's why I had that in the second chapter and talk about best practice as far as that, because a lot of times people make it more complex than it needs to be. So, so that's the next chapter. The third chapter is, what's your greatest fear? And that's numbers and analysis. So many business owners I work with, don't know their numbers, don't want to know their numbers, or whatever. But if you're ever going to scale, if you're going to grow, that's going to be a critical factor. From there, how will I get the money? Because financing your business is, its own world. And, understanding a little bit about the world is important because most people have very large misconceptions and don't have an understanding of how challenging it can be and, how many different options there are, but also what you have to do to be prepared. Most people are not prepared when they go for financing, but they don't know they are. So outline in the chapter the key things there. The next chapter is it me or are my employees crazy? Because, managing people is an interesting skill. If you've never managed people, there's a lot of learning there. And the biggest lesson is, if there's a problem, it's not your people, it's you. So you're the leader, you're the only one that can move the organization forward. You define how the business is. So if your people aren't delivering the way you want them to deliver, it's either you aren't leading them the right way, or you didn't let them go do something else that they were better at and bring the right people in to build the team that you need to have. Next chapter is, can I get my old job back? Every entrepreneur has thought that at one time. Some think it every day and multiple times a day, and it's not uncommon. But entrepreneur can be challenging. There's risks associated with entrepreneurship. Most people coming into entrepreneurship don't have a clue of the risks that you're taking and the key things that you should be doing to mitigate those risks. So before you go into business, it's good to know those things. And then finally, how will I ever retire? Preparing to be, for the future, because time goes really fast. And if you're not putting money away and preparing and thinking about preparing, you're not going to do it because your business is always going to have cash flow issues. So, there's no better time than present to move forward with that. So if how many of you are ready to scale your business, want to scale your business? You guys don't seem too excited about it. It's going to take more than just a little hand. Are you ready to scale your business? Yes! All right, so looking forward to that. And like I mentioned, we created the Masterpreneur Growth Assessment. And what that does is, one, it takes about 15 minutes to complete, but it gives you a Masterpreneur score out of 100. So it tells you what step of the 5 steps that you're on, so that you know where you are. And then based on that step, it gives you insight on, what the biggest challenge you should be facing in that step, what your goal should be during that step, what the leadership skill that you need to focus on and develop to be able to make it through that step, and the structure you need to build behind it. As well, it outlines your strengths and weaknesses, and based on it, you get your score, and then we do a debrief where you get a report that gives detailed, focused information on what you should focus on, checklists, and other items that really create the blueprint for your growth. So that's really what the assessment is all about. So we've just perfected it. Many people in the room have been gracious enough to test it and been very happy with the testing results. It's been, very accurate and, making it available to people in a larger scale. So, we're doing the growth assessment. We charge $4.95 for it, but, since you're here, if you want to take it, we do it for only $97, so it's 80% discount, and you will learn a lot just by taking it. So something you may want to consider. We've got the code, and then also it's in the flyer on your table. So definitely, if you want to take it up on that, you're welcome to do that. That's really what we wanted to talk about today. Actually, let me take a couple more minutes just to let you know a little bit more about what we do. Through the Small Business Pro University, we have over 100 mini courses, multimedia, online, on demand. Those of you who are on our email list, you get the POW, the plan of the week. And really what that does is gives you information, one, about events coming up for that week, as well as information from business leaders who have been on our live stream and or on our podcast. So it's a good way to start your week and useful information. We do our live stream every Tuesday night, Leadership Live at 8:05, talking small business. We've been celebrating 5 years of every week, so we have over 250 episodes and over 250 guests. We've got several people in the room who have been guests. Willie, Jean, Precious, Nikisha, Jack, Io, and there's a few other people in the room that we will, yes, Cleavon. So you're a little too close, so I didn't see you there. But that's been a great experience and something I look forward to every week, and you can learn so much from those. So these are my 3 books. Running Your Small Business Like a Pro is like the handbook, so that's where you start. The workbook goes hand in hand with the handbook because it allows you to practice the things that you're learning. Then create the Masterpreneur Playbook, which is a little more advanced, like we went through on how you grow, how you scale, what's the path. And then now we have the 99 tips, proven tips from 33 guests on our live stream. And it's amazing information. We're taking different fields, different levels of expertise, and we just launched that a couple of weeks ago. We got a couple people in the room who are in that as well. So if you don't have a copy, you may want to pick up a copy. I've got copies of everything in the back. And of course, we do advisory services. We do bookkeeping now, but not only just bookkeeping, we do financial management from A to Z.
Ooh.
Whether you need bookkeeping, accounting, taxes, or fractional CFO work. So we've got a great team, several members in the room, and we work with Jack Cox, CPA, Keisha, expert in taxes and bookkeeping, and then I've done outsourced CFO, and we have a great bookkeeper from Gene. So we've got a great team that can cover anything you need from startup to scaling. We've got our Power Network. That's our group of members, and then that's really about what we do and what we're about. And definitely appreciate you coming, join us today. Want to take a chance to give everyone a time to introduce themselves. We've got some great people in the room. We'll just take a sec, we'll say 30 seconds, give or take, but so we can get through everybody, because once you hear who everybody is, you're going to know who you want to meet. So we want to leave time for that as well. So would you like to start us off?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Mamie Tallberg. I am president and CEO of MST Mediation Solutions, and I'm also president of the New Jersey State Women's Chamber.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sharon Salvador. I am the principal consultant at Sharon Salvador, Inc. I'm also a doctoral candidate pursuing a doctoral degree in entrepreneurship.
Well, good morning, everybody. Willie Tallberg, aka known as the guy with the bow tie. And what we do, we make certain that visionaries safeguard their vision by having certain documents and professionals around them. Like to know more, meet the guy with the bow tie.
I can't do that. E. Mark Lewis, you may have heard me earlier. I'm with New York Life Group Benefits. Thank you.
Gene Bohensky, Arches Contact Solutions, providing virtual assistance and remote staffing out of our office in the Philippines. If you've ever considered finding someone working on your team in the Philippines, talk to me. I can help you through it. You can get someone at a good rate that'll help your business grow.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gladys Payton, co-founder of Aloe Day Spa. My daughter and I are opening a health and wellness spa in North New Jersey. Come soon. Come visit us.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brittany Payton. I am also the co-founder of Aloe Spa, which is right across the street from NJ Pack. It will be a beauty and wellness social club, so we will be offering services that include massages, facials, lashes, full body waxing, nails, pedicures, and we're anticipating opening this winter, so hope to see you all.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Cleavon. I'm president of Brilliant Images Cleaning. We are specialties as post-construction and commercial janitorial. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Corey Wilson. I am a co-founder of Alexander Sky Group. And what we do is we work with entrepreneurs through SBDC, as well as other entrepreneurs, and help them with strategy, incentives, and credits.
Hi, my name is Nakisha Wilson, co-founder of Alexander Sky Group, and what we seem to be doing lately is a lot of cleanup, just kind of meeting entrepreneurs where they are and helping them to clean up the foundation of their business.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jenny King, and I'm a headshot and brand photographer. So if you're ready to scale your business, reach out to me to update your photos.
Hello, my name is Gail Ferguson Jones. My company is Urbane Communications LLC. Under that umbrella is podcasting. I'm a best-selling author, public speaker, and coaching for families who have loved ones struggling with addiction.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Monet Murray. I'm with TD Bank. Been with the bank for 18 years. I'm also a member of the Power of Women in New Jersey. And TD Bank is the place to be. So for those who are just getting ready to open your business, come on over.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bridget Rector-Hydas. I am the manager of the TD Bank locally here in Chatham. So if you don't see Monet, I'm passing it. And I'm part of the Madison Rotary. And best wishes to all. We're happy to be a sponsor.
Good morning, my name is LaShawna Jones. I am the co-founder of Sporty Dog Creations. We are a gourmet hot dog restaurant expanding into Newark and then also scaling into wholesales.
Well, my name is Anthony Colliver with Colliver Building Maintenance along with CPM Staffing. We're a full-service janitorial company, cover the whole state of New Jersey, colleges, schools, what have you, and also temporary staffing in the cold storage area, and been in business for 29 years.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Guy Dunn. I am what you call the networking guy. I've written numerous books on networking, and I actually have a podcast on networking called Network to Net Worth. It's about you, stories about how you've met somebody who's impacted your life and took you to the next place. But also, I created a software called Trust Looper, which is going to be launched in January, which will help you network more effectively by making sure you do not miss any opportunity for anybody that you meet. Look for trustlooper.com. You can go there
and fill out a pre-launch form so I will tell you when it's ready. See y'all soon.
My name is Lois Kominski. I'm with Arthur's Mental Solutions. He introduced best, but we have a great, intelligent, hardworking team.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kareel McKenna. I am the Program and Research Manager at Empower the Village. We are a nonprofit based in Northern New Jersey whose mission is to support small business owners. So looking forward to meet everyone in the room.
What she said. Good morning, I'm Io Sanderson Wilson. I'm the founder and CEO of Empower the Village. We are a nonprofit, as Kareel mentioned, and we are focused on building wealth and wellness throughout the community, particularly focused on African-American entrepreneurs. And so we're hopeful that you'll go to our website, empowerthevillage.org, learn about the resources. We partner with Small Business Pro University to provide free coaching for you. We have a lot of great events. We have a pitch competition coming up. There's information on our table about it, but we're excited to be here and to support you all.
I'm Regina Rasciuto, and I founded a company called MapMax. And what MapMax does is it provides small business owners with an opportunity to get to know the surrounding area of a site that they're thinking of opening a brick and mortar business in. We do real estate analytics. We talk about the diversity of the demographics, opportunities, generating businesses, competitive businesses. And I have to say, just really quickly, after having been in corporate life for a long time, being an entrepreneur is a whole different
It's a whole different ball game.
It's been really eye-opening, and I have really appreciated Andrew Frazier's books, his mentoring. It's been invaluable. It's taken me to a whole nother level. And the last book, The 99 Tips, I think is the most valuable of all, honestly, because there's such a wealth of experience, people in different fields, and their knowledge, their insights, their support. It really is important, I have to say, because nobody can do this alone. And the book says it, and it's really true. So, like Andrew, I just encourage everybody to gain information, help each other, support each other. I think it just, you need that as an entrepreneur, and I think everybody benefits by that. So, thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kayla Horn. I have a mobile assisted stretching business called Flow Fusion Wellness. I make luxury self-care affordable and accessible for all. Come to me if you're having tension in your neck, tight hips, your lower back's hurting, everything like that. I got you, and I'll bring it to you.
Good morning, everyone. John Savage. I came all the way from Delaware.
Oh, hello.
I met Andrew on my journey working with Aflac. I've been an Aflac representative for 15 years now, but I started my own organization 20 years ago called GANG. It stands for Going After the Next Generation. I work with most of the gangs in Jersey, New York, Delaware, and I just wrote my first book, y'all. Andrew, help me out. It's called Do You See Me Now? The Cry of Black Youth in the 21st Century. It's based on the African proverb, when a child does not get the love of the village, he will burn it down if it is warm. So my 20 years of work with young people, they crash it out because we're just not paying attention. I just spoke to every male member of the Delaware State University Athletics. At football, Deshaun Jackson invited me down. But I had to speak to all the men about domestic violence and sexual assault. I have a group of men with me. We call ourselves Mwasa, Men United Against Sexual Assault and Domestic Violence. So we do a lot of speaking to our youth. We don't talk to our youth as victims. We talk to those as used to be victimizers. So we got a lot of work to do, y'all. So my book is out, and thank you for, I got a copy for you. But we talk to families, parents, teachers, and educators, but most importantly, youth. We're losing the whole population, y'all. So my organization, GANG, Going After the Next Generation, go to gangmovement.com and be a part of the movement. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Well, that's a tough act to follow. That's incredible. My name is Jessica Bourdet. I'm an entrepreneur. I focus mostly on, I'm a restaurateur, and then I have 2 retail businesses where we focus on consumer packaged goods.
Hi, good morning. My name is Ponch Cordero with World Finance Group in Transamerica. So what we do is modern day life insurance with special niche geared towards business owners. So one, what we have is living benefits where it protects the business owners, their partners in case they have some sort of debilitating illness. This way they can keep their business going and also put food on the table at home. The other one is we help design a tax advantage executive compensation plan where they can minimize their tax exposures and save in their taxable income as well. So those are the things we do. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jack Cox. My company is Northbridge Business Advisors. I'm here this morning because I heard Precious Williams was in the house and I'm not leaving until I get home. I'm a business broker. I work with small businesses. I am also on the board of Empower the Village. So I'm happy to do that. I'm the treasurer, the co-chair of the golf outing, which happens to be, please pull out your calendars, September 28th at Maplewood Country Club. We'll look forward to seeing you there. As it relates to this, so Andrew, I've done the test assessment with him and he goes, imagine somebody you're working with and you're trying to sell their business, because that's what they're doing, they're building an asset. And invariably the harder ones are the guys who, when I understand their business, so I answer it on their behalf. I think don't even ask them to do it. They're in the kind of the 2 or 3 stage. They're the manager. They're not necessarily working, they're on the business. They're still in the business. Those are hard businesses to sell. A business like Gene's, I mean, he's got 115 people in the Philippines. He's here. Right? So those are not hard businesses to sell. So that is what you're all doing here is you're building not only your business, you're building an asset that you can liquidate at some point in the future. So I just thought I'd take the opportunity to share that and glad to be here.
I just want to make sure y'all see my shoes. No. Imagine when you started your first company, they told you you were too fat, too black, and didn't have an Ivy League degree. Well, that's what happened to me. Before I started Curvy Girls Lingerie, people told me it would not succeed, even though I'm a former attorney in the great state of New York. What changed is that I became a killer pitch master, showing you how to slay all competition with a killer pitch. So if you are starting a company, if you want to elevate it, come see me. And you don't have to take my word for it. Here's some big news that you did not know. Do y'all know who the CEO of Red Lobster is? That young man, that 30-year-old young man? Well, guess who's going to be by his side judging a pitch competition in Atlanta, personally chosen by him, March 14th, 2026. So before I became a 13-time National Elevator Pitch Champion, five-time #1 best-selling author, been on Shark Tank, CNN, Wall Street Journal. I've trained thousands of pitch competition winners. I'm a pitch trainer in ETV. I have worked, Gene, I'm still working with you after all these years and Archers. There are people in this room that I personally work with and paid money to. And so I think this network that Andrew has created, the assessment, the books and everything are so worth it. Andrew, when you met me, I was kind of feeling like that was the end of my rope, right? And look at where you took me. LinkedIn, Google, Microsoft, Federal Reserve, and Intuit, QuickBooks, Verizon. I'm black on both sides, representing Butler and your six-pack abs. I've been in movies and documentaries. Everything that they said I couldn't do, you said that I could. And just so we're clear, next week, I'm meeting with some heavy hitters. The things you said to me 2 years ago about my 5th #1 bestselling book, Rainmaker 101 from day one, you have no idea who I'm meeting with, who are powerful in New York attorneys who are at the top of the food chain. But you said that to me 2 years ago. Red Lobster, all of these things, I have things on the calendar for next year. But you saw that in me when I was ready to give up. So when I say I will always respect Andrew Frazier, I respect everyone in this room to pitch competition, winners that I've been blessed to watch, to Queen stepping into owning the microphone, to TD Bank, which I've been a proud customer of since 2019 when I walked out of darkness. When I say it's not over, they said I was too fat, too black, didn't have an Ivy League degree. But I'm the proud founder and CEO of the Perfect Pitch Groups. If you want to make it rain and slay the game, hire the international professional speaker, top Fortune 100 corporate sales trainer, bad bitch with a power pitch, and the rain-making speaker. My name is Precious Williams, proud founder and CEO. Perfect Pitch Groups. Thank you.
Now I know what comedians were talking about when they say they have to follow Bernie back. Alright?
I get it.
Sticker. I'm
Look, we win it.
From the beginning. I'm Stephen Robinson. I'm the founder of Lucid Digital Design Studio. I craft imagery that clarifies your message. I give it a visual messaging. I'm in my 10th year.
Woo!
And Andrew has helped me over the last 2 weeks that I wish I knew 10 years ago. So yeah, Andrew's the truth. And I'm happy to be in the circle. It makes me feel like I'm finally getting it right. But there it is.
Hey y'all, I'm Jacob J. I
Come
am
on.
the Jacob J.
Come on.
If y'all need help with y'all social media, if y'all need help with your digital media, if you need help with your live streams, hit me up. I also work with student athletes, helping them to get NIL deals, get them recruited. I am a former athlete. I used to play professionally. Fordham University beat Seton Hall last night. Shout out to my Rams. But I am working with Sensei Mr. Frazier to help him get to that digital media bag. So if y'all need me, hit me up. Oh, don't judge my life media. That's my company.
Here's what I'm talking about. He said, let me stand up and get that. Say, Bill. Because I don't never say that.
Of course, I have to say the best. Okay. We're a full service production company. Anything you need with photography and video, you need us, but we've been in Jersey for over 20 years. You know who we are, we know who you are. I want to just take a few seconds to talk about two giants in the room that has been so instrumental to so many people. And you guys already know, that's why you're here. But a long time ago, someone thought me and Andrew would be a good match because I don't know if it was the hustle or whatever it is, the haircut. At the time, it was so weird because we even had the same car. It was just getting weird. It was getting weird. But I'm glad they did it. This man is incredible. He continued to be incredible. I just hang out with him so some of the money rubs off. One more thing I just wanted to ask. How many people in the room have a business? Okay, that's what I thought. Now, next week is going to be Black Friday. ETV has a campaign about making every Friday Black Friday. How many people that raise their hand are registered in the village pages? If you're not, see, I know math, that math ain't math. So please don't leave the room without you guys connect with somebody at ETV to get list. I mean, he just talked about marketing. That's free marketing, please. Okay? You gonna do me that favor?
Yes.
Thank you guys very much.
As you can see, we have some amazing people in the room, and appreciate everybody joining us. One thing we do before we do our breakfast, we started doing a pre-breakfast networking event the night before, and several people who were there last night, but one person who couldn't be there, but we were hoping would be here. She's here today. Is Jessica, because she did the food last night and it was amazing out of her kitchen. So thank you. And I think that's everything. So we've got the room until 11. So we've got an hour, up to an hour. Anyone who wants to stay? Aya?
How many copies of the Masterpreneur Playbook do you have with you?
Probably at least 20.
So ETV is going to purchase 20 of those books, and if you don't have one, get one.
Wow.
Come on. Celebrating Black Friday every day.
Thank you, registered, only if you're registered.
Excellent, excellent. So I'll make those available to IO and, get a chance to meet each other. Amazing food. I'm gonna grab something because I can't eat before I talk. And,
True that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, entrepreneurs and business owners. Andrew Frazier here, and I'm very excited to invite you to the very first Masterpreneur Breakfast in its new format. If you love the Power Breakfast, this is the upgraded version. Sharper insights, higher level discussions, and a room full of owners serious about scaling. For more than 10 years, our events have directly generated tens of millions of dollars in revenue and financing for attendees.
This event was a wow. Every panel, every speaker has had so much amazing content and good information to share.
This is a good day to put aside to come out and do some learning, but also make some great connections. The ones that I made were impactful.
On Friday, November 21st, I'll be the featured guest speaker, sharing a powerful framework that I rarely teach publicly, the 10 strategic levers that scale your business. If you're ready to break through your next revenue ceiling and position your business to grow without burning yourself out, these levers are the key. You'll meet serious entrepreneurs, learn proven best practices, and walk away with your next strategic move, the kind you can implement immediately. The seats are filling up fast, so visit www.sbpro.com/masterpreneur-breakfast and secure your spot today. Join me for a focused, energized morning so you'll be ready to scale smarter and grow stronger.
That's like to find out, man.
I met her already. I I can't remember where it was, but you guys were somewhere and you gave me your part about opening and doors. So when I just heard you said,
Oh, okay.
I was like, yeah, I gotta. Actually, it was funny. This morning when I got up, your card was going. Yeah, and I you're working. I'm working. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, down here. A girl needs a little bit of
When you see somebody sit on themselves like that, you don't mind. It really makes
So I'm doing these live videos. And now I just got the stream going.
I'm gonna eat again. Jane, how about you?
They're not real floors. Someone that knows. Thank you, Miss T, for going up. We still just How are you? I'm guessing, nice to meet you. I'm guessing that's, I'm sorry, I'm at the wrong table, right? No, no, you're fine. Unless you mind being crowded by people.
All right, guys, thank you for rocking out with us. One time off. Thank you for rocking out with us. Guys, drop a like, comment, and share in the chat.
Hey entrepreneurs and business owners, Andrew Frazier here, and I'm very excited to invite you to the very first Masterpreneur Breakfast in its new format. If you love the Power Breakfast, this is the upgraded version. Sharper insights, higher level discussions, and a room full of owners serious about scaling. For more than 10 years, our events have directly generated tens of millions of dollars in revenue and financing for attendees.
This event was a wow. Every panel, every speaker has had so much amazing content and good information to share.
This is a good day to put aside to come out and do some learning, but also make some great connections. The ones that I made were impactful.
On Friday, November 21st, I'll be the featured guest speaker, sharing a powerful framework that I rarely teach publicly, the 10 strategic levers that scale your business. If you're ready to break through your next revenue ceiling and position your business to grow without burning yourself out, these levers are the key. You'll meet serious entrepreneurs, learn proven best practices, and walk away with your next strategic move, the kind you can implement immediately. The seats are filling up fast, so visit www.masterpreneurbrf.com sbpru.com/masterpreneur-breakfast and secure your spot today. Join me for a focused, energized morning so you'll be ready to scale smarter and grow stronger.